Éric Serge Gagné, French pronunciation, __, born January 7, 1976, is a Canadian professional baseball pitcher, signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers of Major League Baseball as a free agent in 1995. Gagné began his career as a starting pitcher. After he struggled in that role, the Dodgers converted Gagné from a starter to a reliever, where for 3 years he was statistically the most outstanding closer in the game, winning the Cy Young Award in 2003. During that period, he set a major league record by converting 84 consecutive save opportunities. The phrase "game over" was heavily used by the Dodgers and the media in connection with his appearances to finish close games. Gagné played sparingly in 2005 and 2006 due to injury, undergoing elbow surgery in 2005 and back surgery in 2006. The Dodgers did not re-sign him after 2006, and Gagné started the 2007 season with the Texas Rangers, where he briefly enjoyed success again as a closer. However, he was less successful in stints with the Boston Red Sox and Milwaukee Brewers, and was finally released after the 2008 season. In December 2007, days after signing a contract for 2008 with the Milwaukee Brewers, he was linked to baseball's steroids scandal after he was named in the Mitchell Report. Early life. Gagné, from a acute COI's family, grew up in the town of Mascouche, near Montreal, Quebec, at Montreal's polyvalent Edouard Montpetit High School, the same high school that Russell Martin attended. His Little League teams were coached by his father, Richard. Career. Early career. Gagné, who spoke only French, went to Seminole Junior College in Seminole, Oklahoma. He was a 30th-round draft choice of the Chicago White Sox in 1994, but the following year he signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers as an amateur free agent. Los Angeles Dodgers. He then went on to pitch in the minor leagues but missed the entire 1997 season due to Tommy John surgery. At the start of the 2002 season, following the retirement of Dodgers closer Jeff Shaw, he was converted from a starting pitcher to a relief pitcher. He picked up his first career save on April 7 against the Colorado Rockies and soon became the National League's leading reliever. He saved 10 consecutive games before he suffered his first blown save on May 7 against the Atlanta Braves. Overall, he earned 52 saves for the season. In 2003, as a closer, Gagné was called upon 55 times to save a baseball game and converted every one of them en route to becoming both the first pitcher to record 50 saves in more than one season and also the fastest pitcher to ever reach the 100-save plateau. His 55 saves in 2003 also equaled the National League record set the previous season by John Smoltz. Between August 26, 2002 and July 5, 2004, he converted 84 consecutive save chances, a major league record. More than half of the batters he retired during the 2003 season came by strikeout. When Gagné entered a game at Dodger Stadium, usually in the 8th or 9th inning with the Dodgers in the lead, the words "Game Over" would flash across the scoreboard and the PA system would play the song "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses. In addition to his 55 saves, Gagné finished the 2003 season with a .120 earned run average and had 137 strikeouts and 20 walks in 82 innings pitched. This translated into 166 strikeouts per inning pitched. For his performance, he won the Rolaids Relief Man of the Year award and became the first relief pitcher in 11 years to win the Cy Young Award. He and Ferguson Jenkins are the only two Canadian pitchers to win the most prestigious pitching award in baseball. He is the only pitcher to win the award while having a losing season. His record was 2-3. On July 15, 2004, just 10 days after his saves streak ended, Gagné collected his 130th save as a Dodger in a 5-2 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks at Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona, surpassing Jeff Shaw for the most career saves in team history. Gagné threw 3 shutout innings during his first appearance in the playoffs that year, but the Dodgers lost the division series 3-1 to the St. Louis Cardinals. Prior to the 2007 season, Gagné had converted 161 saves out of 168 save opportunities for a conversion rate of 95.8%. Injuries. Gagné battled several injuries in early 2005, although he was still an effective pitcher. .270 ERA and .848 in save opportunities. Gagné was only able to appear in 14 games that season. On June 21, 2005, it was announced that Gagné would undergo season-ending Tommy John surgery to repair a sprained ligament in his right elbow. Recovery would take a year or more. Furthermore, a return to Major League pitching after a second Tommy John operation, Gagné's first was in 1997, is nearly unheard of, having since been achieved by another Dodger reliever, the Taiwanese left-hander Hong-Chi Kuo. However, as surgeons began to perform the operation, they discovered instead a nerve entrapped by scar tissue and were able to release it with a less invasive procedure. Gagné was still unable to play for the remainder of the 2005 season. Gagné expressed hope that an accelerated recovery would allow him to pitch for Canada in the World Baseball Classic in March 2006, but he eventually decided that it was not worth the risk, and to focus on preparing to pitch in the regular season. After some encouraging outings in early spring training, pain in Gagné's pitching elbow forced him to undergo a second surgery, this time to remove entirely the nerve that doctors had previously attempted to stabilize. More recovery time ensued, but Gagné finally pitched in his first regular season game of 2006 on June 3. He made 2 appearances for the Dodgers, pitching 2 scoreless innings and earning 1 save, but pain from the nerve in his elbow recurred, and he returned to the disabled list on June 12. A further, and apparently unrelated, setback occurred on July 4, when Gagné awoke with intense pain in his back. An examination revealed 2 herniated discs, and Gagné underwent a season-ending back surgery on July 8. Texas Rangers. The Dodgers declined to extend Gagné's $12 million contract after the season, making him a free agent. In his first week back, Gagné pitched 3 innings, earning 1 save, but in the middle of his second save situation, Gagné left the game after complaining of leg pain. He said that it would take about a week to recover from the injury, but the Rangers, not taking the risk, placed Gagné on the disabled list with a hip injury. During his time with Texas, he was 2-0 with 16 saves and an ERA of .216. Opposing hitters batted only .192 against him. Boston Red Sox. On July 31, 2007, Gagné was traded to the Boston Red Sox for pitcher Kaysen Gabbard and minor league outfielders David Murphy and Engel Beltre. However, Gagné struggled in his new role with the Red Sox. In his first 15 appearances, Gagné allowed 14 earned runs in 14 innings, a .900 ERA, with 3 blown saves and an opponent batting average of over .350. Gagné seemed to improve down the stretch and was eventually added to the playoff roster. In the playoffs, he was most often used in games in which the Red Sox were winning by a wide margin, including his only World Series appearance in which he pitched a perfect 9th inning in a 13-2 1 game, 1 victory. The only exception to this was his appearance in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series against the Cleveland Indians, brought into a tie game in the top of the 11th inning. Gagné took the loss after allowing the first 2 runs of a 7-run 11th inning. In Boston, Gagné wore the number 83. As starting pitcher, Curt Schilling already wore Gagné's usual number 38. Milwaukee Brewers. On December 9, 2007, Gagné reached a preliminary agreement with the Milwaukee Brewers. On December 10, he inked the 1-year deal to become their new closer. The 1-year deal had a base salary of $10 million, with incentives worth up to an extra $1 million. On May 11, Brewers manager Ned Yost announced Gagné would be removed from the closer's role for a while, after 3 blown saves in 6 attempts. But after a couple days, Gagné said he was ready to go, and a couple days later got his 10th save. However, Gagné continued to struggle as the team's closer and ultimately became the setup man after losing his closer job to the veteran Solomon Torres. Gagné's struggles continued out of the bullpen. However, he eventually lost his setup job to Guillermo Mota, and he finished the season as a middle relief pitcher, a role in which he still struggled. He finished 2008 with his worst full season in the major leagues. 10 saves in 17 opportunities, an ERA of .541, and only 38 strikeouts in 46 innings of work. He did not convert a save after losing the closer job to Torres. His poor performance on the field, coupled with a very high salary he was paid by a small market team, led to him being considered a $10 million mistake by many Brewers fans. Gagné became a free agent following the 2008 season and resigned with the Brewers to a minor league deal. However, he was released midway through spring training in part due to a shoulder injury. Quebec Capitales. On May 26, 2009, Gagné announced that he had signed with the Quebec Capitales of the independent Can-Am League as a starting pitcher, coach. Gagné began playing with the team on June 9, 2009. Gagné helped the team win the league championship in September 2009. On July 26, 2009, in a game versus the New Jersey Jackals, he recorded 6 no-hit innings in a 7-inning game. He would surrender 2 straight hits. However, the team would end the game on a triple play. Attempted comeback with Los Angeles Dodgers. On February 18, 2010, Gagné agreed to a minor league contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers with an invite to spring training. Dodgers reliever Ramon Troncoso, remembering Gagné's mentorship of young pitchers such as himself during Gagné's earlier stint with the Dodgers, had no problem releasing to Gagné his old uniform number 38. Coach for France. Gagné, who is Canadian and whose native language is French, served as the pitching coach for the France national baseball team during the 2013 World Baseball Classic qualifiers in September 2012. France failed to win a game and did not qualify for the main tournament. In the fall of 2013, Gagné was named the head coach of the French national baseball team. The team finished in 6th place in the 2014 European Championships under Gagné. France competed in the 2016 World Baseball Classic qualifiers in Panama. Can-Am League. On August 28, 2015, 6 years after his last presence in professional baseball, Gagné participated in a game with the Trois-Rivières Eagles of the independent Can-Am League as a starting pitcher. Gagné recorded 2 strikeouts in 4 1/3 innings, allowing only 1 run and 2 hits, but gave up 5 walks to the opposite team, the Quebec Capitales, in a 5-3 win for the Eagles. On September 5, 2016, Gagné pitched for the Ottawa champions of the Can-Am League 2017 World Baseball Classic. On January 14, 2017, it was reported that Gagné, along with retired pitcher Ryan Dempster, would be joining the Team Canada pitching staff for the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Second comeback attempt. Prior to the start of the 2017 season, Gagné announced that he is pondering a return to Major League Baseball. Use of HGH. On December 13, 2007, Gagné was listed in the Mitchell Report, former Senator George Mitchell's report on the use of performance-enhancing drugs in baseball. Gagné was identified as a user of HGH, human growth hormone. Allegedly, Gagné received the drugs from steroids dealer Kirk Radomski. At first, Radomski said that Gagné obtained them from Dodgers teammate Paul Lo Duca. But then Radomski said in the report that he mailed 2 shipments of HGH directly to Gagné in 2004. Receipts of FedEx and USPS shipments indicate that Radomski received at least 1 payment from Gagné and 2 from Dodgers teammate Lo Duca on behalf of Gagné. Gagné declined to meet with Senator Mitchell to respond to the charges before the report was released. In a 2009 interview with the Los Angeles Times, Gagné expressed remorse not only for what he had done, but also for the fact that he could not speak openly about it. Likely, according to the Times, due to reluctance to implicate others. "I'm not denying it. I'm not saying I did it. I just can't talk about it. It's a touchy subject. It doesn't just involve me. I've been straightforward about everything. It that I can't be about this? I'm not looking for sympathy anyway. I have to live with this the rest of my life. I'm going to have to explain this to my kids. It's going to be on my resume the rest of my life." Gagné acknowledged that he has been looked to as a role model, and called himself an example of what one should not do. On the other hand, when asked whether he had given an honest performance to Dodgers fans, he maintained that he had always worked hard to do so. In a February 2010 interview with the Los Angeles Times, Gagné admitted that he had used HGH, saying that it was to recover from a knee injury. Pitching style. Gagné had an assortment of pitches he used as a reliever, but his most commonly used were a four-seam fastball in the mid to upper 90s and a Vulcan changeup in the mid-80s. Most closers depend on one pitch that becomes synonymous with their success. Trevor Hoffman's changeup, Mariano Rivera's cut fastball. Gagné thrives on the dizzying oscillation between his changeup and his fastball. They have the same release point and the same arm speed. The fastball is straight gas, but the changeup is a devious thing. A bowling ball rolled off a picnic table. It travels some 10 miles per hour slower than his fastball, anywhere from 83 to 88 miles per hour. And like a splitter, it breaks late and sharp. Gagné used this deadly combination of pitches to rack up strikeouts at a very high rate. In his Cy Young winning season of 2003, he had 100 more strikeouts than hits he allowed. This produced a strikeout-to-hit ratio of 3.7, a single-season record for relief pitchers with 50 innings. Gagné exhibited an emotional presence on the mound. "I like to show my emotion, be a real aggressive and give everything I've got for one half inning." Quote. Personal life. Gagné and his ex-wife Valerie Niherview have 4 children, 2 daughters, Faye, born 2000, and Blue, born 2005, and 2 sons, Maddox, born 2004, and Harley, born 2008. His father's cousin, Paul Gagné, played several seasons in the NHL. Career highlights. Carrot tied for third most single-season saves with John Smoltz, behind Francisco Rodriguez and Bobby Thigpen.